Oh, what's going on, crew? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Google Pixel 7. But if you're brand new, I truly appreciate you for coming through. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. But today we're going to be covering this device because it's been raising a lot of eyebrows and drawing a lot of attention, especially with the more premium model, which is the Pro. And I want to discuss this device because I think it covers every single area. And so the areas that it covers, which include the size, the battery, the build, also the performance and the cameras, all give a strong argument as to why this device could be the best phone in 2022, as well as being the best Pixel device ever created. So I wanted to raise the question, is the Google Pixel 7 finally perfect? Because when you look at some of the latter releases from Google Pixel, you notice that when it comes to certain experiences and feedback that some people have reported, there were a lot of issues surrounding some of the prior models when it came to battery, design, performance, optimization, and overall user experience. And so when we look at the Google Pixel 7 and we compare it to prior models that Google has released, we can finally see that the Google Pixel 7 has been a refined, polished, and well-tuned device for the average user. And this is because Google has made strong efforts to improve the Google phone through the years, and the Google Pixel 7 is a complete reflection of that. And I definitely think that Google has made a step in the right direction with the Google Pixel 7. But take a look at this audio sample from the Google Pixel 7 right now, okay? So when it comes to the Google Pixel 7's design, this time around it has an aluminum camera ledge, a glass back made of Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and rear. We also do have a matte aluminum frame, which seems really pleasant. And so the back of the camera ledge won't attract any fingerprints, and the back of the phone won't attract oils or grease because it's made of a really nice texture that doesn't compromise when it comes to the overall feel in the hand. It has a really nice sturdy weight, and it's actually lighter than the Google Pixel 6 from last year. And so the Google Pixel 7 stereo speakers are one of the highlights of this device, because when you're listening to music, watching videos, or just browsing social media, the speakers on here are quite impressive, and they actually thump and give you a nice sound system overall, so that there's a really good sound experience and a pleasant audio experience when it comes to multimedia. And so when it comes to the stereo speakers on the Google Pixel 7, it's going to give you an immersive experience. And when you're listening to Bluetooth headphones, you're going to have a really nice experience as well, because it's going to pack aptX audio as well as LDAC compatibility when you're listening to headphones. And so I found that when I was listening to multimedia on this device, on the Google Pixel 7, I was extremely impressed with the overall audio. But not only the audio was impressive, but the overall display was impressive. You were getting a 6.3-inch 1080 by 2400 screen resolution at 20:9 aspect ratio, 416 pixels per inch, and 1000 nits brightness when it comes to the outdoor experience. And so I found that when it came to the camera experience outdoors, when I was looking at the screen display on the viewfinder, I didn't have to struggle when looking at the display. It didn't give you any glare when you were looking at the screen, taking photos. The camera system did pack a really user-friendly experience, so it wasn't too complex or too sophisticated to the point where if a beginner picked up this device, they didn't have to struggle to figure out how to work the camera unit, because everything was pretty much user-friendly, straightforward, and very easy to use. So I found that when it came to taking video on the Google Pixel 7, I really enjoyed the standard mode, the locked mode for zooming up to 2x zoom, the cinematic pan, which I'm using right here, as well as the active mode for a heavy movement, which I'm using right here. And I found that when it came to looking at objects or real people, it did give you a true tone of the overall skin complexion as well as the environment. And so the Google Pixel 7's cameras were optimized so that whatever you were looking at felt like it was exactly how you saw it in real time. And so this was one of the best camera systems when it comes to taking videos and photography at this price point of $599, or if you can catch it for a better price online, I'll make sure I leave the cheapest link down below so you could check that out as well, okay? But for real, no gas though. When I was using the Google Pixel 7, when browsing anything on this device such as social media, browsing through the applications, getting from screen to screen, the phone didn't give any hiccups, headaches, and the overall experience never seemed to struggle with anything that you were doing. And the only time I could say that this device did get a little bit uncomfortable is when you were gaming for a couple of hours and the phone did get a little bit warm in the hand. But do me a solid, if you're still here and you're still kicking it with me, make sure you stay locked into the end of the video, but just type in the comment section down below, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And do me a favor, I just want to remind you to hit the like button because it helps beat the YouTube algorithm so we can get this video out to more people, okay? So with the Google Pixel 7, you were getting 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of internal storage, or 256 gigabytes of internal storage when it came to the overall configuration. And I really just found that this device had no slowdowns and not even any glitches in the system or any bugs that seemed present or anything that came up that made me have any bad experiences, because the software seemed perfect and it was well optimized. And Google has made sure that they've packed this thing with the Generation 2 when it comes to the processing chip, which is going to be Google's very own processing chip, which is going to be the Tensor G2 with the 5nm processing speeds. And so you're going to get all the customizations that you would expect when it comes to using a Google Pixel device, especially some of the features that make it really good for, you know, detecting audio when you're pressing the microphone to type and doing voice detection or, you know, voice dictation or anything to that extent. And so this thing will give you a variety of features that aren't found on other devices. I also did feel like the NFC feature when it came to tap to pay was extremely quick. And so this thing will pack all of the sensors that you need, such as the accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity sensor, and the compass, for a really good experience when it comes to the navigation. So as far as the price to performance ratio, when it comes to using the cameras, you have one of the best camera systems out there. The Google Pixel 7 will be packed with AI learning, and it'll give you a really good algorithm when you take a video or a photo with the best results through machine learning. And even with the battery optimization, it will detect your performance and your overall behavior as far as the battery life and the performance when it comes to the Tensor chip. This thing will basically be like a machine learning experience, and so it'll get better over. So another thing that the Tensor G2 does give us when it comes to the Google Pixel 7 is a facial detection, so that you don't have to rely solely on the in-display fingerprint sensor, which also seems to be improved from last year's Google Pixel 6. When I was using this device, I found that the facial lock did seem to be just as quick as the fingerprint sensor. And so when it came to unlocking this device or getting to my, you know, mobile banking apps, I didn't have to struggle when it came to unlocking them or just authenticating with my fingerprint for security purposes. And I found that this Google Pixel 7 had to be the best experience overall when it came to a smartphone. And I believe that the Google Pixel 7 is the best Pixel that you could pick up. And I definitely think it's a package that Google basically has improved for the overall experience of the user. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Follow me on social media and watch another video on the left or the right hand side, and I'll get right back with you, okay?